BoLS fans, AdamHarry back again with Big Red, and we have the final video for the Deathwatch Overkill unboxings. This is all the extra accessories and stuff that you get in the box. We've already gone over the models and the rules. Pretty cool stuff so far. Right, Big Red?
Pretty awesome. And now we're going to take you into all of the little odds and ends and the doodads, including, and a lot of the stuff is super, super cool, like the boards especially.
Yeah,
it's really awesome.
There's some cool stuff.
So we're going to be walking you through all this stuff.
X-Acto knife?
Let me get the X-Acto knife. I'm not going to cut myself. So first of all, let's do some of the really basic stuff and get it out of the way.
Yes.
So as you've seen, guess what those are?
Dice. D6s.
And there's 6 of them, and they're black with white pips. Done with that. You also get a big old giant bag of
bases.
Games Workshop bases. Whoa! They come in a variety of sizes. There's 32s for the
50s,
Deathwatch.
40s.
There's 40s, 50s. Yeah, there's everything you need in there.
We've seen that. Okay,
yeah,
we're good.
That's a big old bag of bases. All right, who cares about that?
Let's start with the Gene Stealer.
I want to talk about
this
thing.
The Whippy Stick 3.0.
Check this out. This is the rangefinder.
Rangefinder.
The rangefinder. So this is a clear plastic.
You can see here it is
ruler, as you can see.
Assault, combat, and maximum.
Yeah, exactly. So you get the 3 ranges, and you know, so when we went over the rules, obviously the rules, you know, we're not dealing with 3 inches and 4 inches and that level of granular. There's just stuff in assault range and combat range or maximum range. Yep. You can put it right over your stuff. You can see right through it. It's pretty cool. It's bendy.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, it makes it really simple to tell what's in range. Because it's clear, you can see it's pretty obvious.
It's the perfect type of movement mechanic for an introductory game.
Exactly, and it works super awesome with the board, which we're going to get into here in a sec.
All right, out of here, rangefinder.
Whippy Stick 3.0, get out of here.
All right, over here. Cool.
I really want to dive into these.
There we go. I know those just look. I want like that as jewelry on a pendant. Hey, Games Workshop, can you make that in metal? Because I'd buy it.
That might have been the medallion from the old school.
I think that may be the old fat Gene Stealer Patriarch's medallion.
All right, I'm going in here, man. I'm excited to get in here.
So this is the Gene Stealer player's action deck, basically.
Yeah. So there's different types of cards. There's, well, ambush, but there's gambits and stuff that you can do with the 2 types of cards. So,
and as we saw in the rules, basically, this is the primary mechanic that the Gene Stealer player uses. Basically, this is his pool of reinforcements and special abilities. So every turn he's going to be drawing, when a mission starts.
During the Broodmine phase.
Yeah, during the Broodmine phase, the Gene Stealer player, the Gene Stealer cult player, is going to be drawing some amount of those specified by the mission, and that will basically determine what types of reinforcements he's going to get. The cool thing about this deck is that this deck is specially constructed on a per mission basis, so it's not consistent. So I assume that what that means is we haven't delved too deep into it, but there's probably scarier versions of reinforcements and kind of wimpier ones, and I assume that basically as you go through the campaign, the reinforcements are going to be getting better.
The cool thing about it too is you have a set deck for each mission as the Broodmine player, the Gene Stealer player. Those cards will cycle through. So if you run out of cards in the deck, you actually just shuffle the cards up and go back at it again. And again, they can be used as an ambush or a gambit. So it just depends on the type. So you can see here's 2 different examples, 3 different examples. This ambush card, if you had it face down and you wanted to use it as an ambush, boom, the Gene Stealer Patriarch gets played.
Yikes.
This one, but as a gambit, it's Psychic Onslaught. So you can either play
gives you special abilities.
Is one or the other. So it's a pretty cool little deck. It definitely changes up the mechanics and gives the Broodmine player some options because
I mean, also it's as we've seen, it's not exactly the same, but there's definitely how do I say it? There's strong parallels between a lot of these types of mechanics and things that we see in, say, Space Hulk.
Exactly.
It's these are two games that they're not the same game, but they're very much
sister games. For sure.
Exactly. They're very much.
I almost, having played Space Hulk a bunch and reading over the rules of this one, I almost think this one is a quicker game. And the combat mechanics in particular, which we've talked about, I actually like better than Space Hulk because I think the Deathwatch guys hit better than the regular Terminators and stuff in Space Hulk. But again, this is the 2nd generation of games. So anyway, that's this deck.
Ambush deck out of the way.
All right,
you're out. Here we go.
Character cards.
Character cards. Here we go. I wanna.
You get to do this one.
I know. These are cool.
So actually, you get character cards for both Gene Stealers and the Deathwatch guys, which is cool.
For all you guys who played Betrayal at Kolth, you will remember that there was those kind of big, oversized stat cards.
Yep.
Same format here, probably. So it's those same type of cards. They're really nicely done.
One of the things too about the Deathwatch guys is they basically have 2 wounds. The first wound They get a hit, you flip them over. Sometimes they have new stats and stuff like that, but this guy is now wounded. If he takes another wound, he's then removed from play. So
yeah. So basically, what you're doing is I just looked through this. So this is the deck of basically the important people. So all of the there's a card in here
for each Deathwatch.
For each Deathwatch person, and like we just said, they all have their hey, I'm alive and awesome for the Emperor, and oh, I've been shot in the gut. And they all have their wounded version, and some of them have special abilities and all kinds of things.
Most of them actually.
And then on the cult side, we get the Magus, the Primus, and the Patriarch, and they have their wounded versions. So there are not cards for kind of the scrubs. Right. And those guys don't have multiple wounds, so if those guys take a hit, they're just out and they go back into your pool.
If you're an Acolyte, Hybrid, whatever, first, second gen, you get shot once,
you're out.
See ya.
Yep.
You're not that cool. Let's do a quick breakdown. We talked about this a little bit in the rules, but again, we'll just take a look at the Patriarch real quick. Again, special abilities, how fast they move, which is
how many,
speed 3, how many zones they can actually move, and then an armor save, if applicable to the attack.
That's pretty good.
Psychic Stream, again, special abilities here. Each one of these sections, actually, it's a better example here for a Marine.
Yes.
You can see this is one weapon profile, this is a second weapon profile. So, for instance, if Janice here, the Blood Raven's librarian, wants to use his bolt pistol with Kraken rounds and a force sword, in assault he rolls 2 dice. He needs 3s to hit.
At the assault range.
Assault range, excuse me. Combat range, 3 dice. Max range.
One die.
One dice needing 3 to hit.
There we go.
There we go. Max range is dash, but his special ability is rend.
Which is cool.
If he just uses his bolt pistol with Hellfire rounds, he needs a 5 to hit in assault and a 5 in combat with 1 die each. But it has the blast ability, which we've talked about in the rule section before. So pretty cool. Most of the Deathwatch guys have crazy rules. Matter of fact, can we get the Imperial guy with Imperial Fist guy with the assault cannon, the frag cannon?
The guy I want to see, because I know he's going to be super awesome to show you guys, is this
the Terminator. Yes,
yes, the Terminator. So as an example of a guy who is going to be on one of the extremes, this guy, he is in Terminator armor, as you remember, the Salamander. Garen Branitar, speed 1. This is he's really slow. Also 2-up armor.
Terminator.
There we go. Yeah, this guy, he is just shrugging off all of the hits against him. He's got 3 different weapon profiles. He has his Prometheum Heavy Flamer. So at assault range, 2 dice. Sorry, one die, 2 wound hitting. Wounding on a 2. At combat, it's 1 die hitting on a 3, and it has the blast special rule, so that means it's going to hit everyone in the zone. His heavy flamer, you can see, wow, it's cleave and blast. That's
pretty dirty.
Super dirty. Wow, that's super dirty.
Yes.
And then finally he has his power fist and melt a gun. So at assault range, he's rolling 2 dice, wounding on 3s. At combat range, 1 die, wounding on a 4. Yeah, he's pretty awesome. That is so he's ultra tough, ultra slow.
Yes. So yeah.
So what do you got? Let's take.
This is the one I was most interested to see, which was the guy with the frag cannon, because who doesn't love frag cannons?
What is that going to do?
So this is the Imperial Fist guy, Rodricus Grit, which I like Sergeant Grit here.
Grit.
Something. I'm gonna say Grit.
Yeah, we'll go.
I like it because he's gritty. Grim Darky. He's got the frag cannon with frag rounds. The assault range is 1 die at 5. Combat range is a 3. And max range is 3, so it's got some pretty good range on it.
Interesting.
And it's blast.
It gets more. It becomes easier to wound as the range goes out.
That is interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. The other cool thing though is it has a solid round option, which we have never seen before in the game. Assault range is 5. Combat range you're rolling 3 dice though, needing 4s, and max range you need your 3 dice and rolling 4s.
Wow, that guy's really weird. That's like he's the range specialist.
He's the heavy weapon guy.
Yeah, that guy hates being
he's packing some heat
in assault range.
Yeah.
He stands in the back.
Oh yeah,
he stands in the back.
He's got the freaking frag cannon, so yeah, I would. Anyway, that's what those cards are. It's a quick breakdown of those. Really cool stuff. And again, you saw the artwork's on really nice. These are high quality cards. Just want to throw it out there.
Yeah, they're nice.
Big Red, you want to do the honors for the zones?
There we go. I am going to try to not cut my finger off in front of the internet.
It's true.
I know. It's okay. Children.
Notice how he's cutting away. That's safety first.
I'm cutting away, and
I've actually taken a step back so that I'm out of his blood circle.
Because he knows from experience.
Yep.
That
safety first.
That kids. Once the first drop of blood is drawn, Corn takes over, and I can't stop.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Here we go.
He's pulling that off. So you can see here we get quite a few of these player tiles here. And what's neat about these? How many do we have here? What is it? 8? 1, 2.
There's a good amount.
There's 4. Yeah, so there's 8 tiles, front and back. Very high detail, very high gloss. Very cool looking.
Okay, so first, some basic concepts on these cards. Unlike
very cool.
some of the, unlike Space Hulk as an example, these do not pop out.
No.
This is just one sheet. The other interesting thing is that each of these sections here, as the rules define it, is a zone. So that's a zone, that's a zone. But what's cool is that you can kind of see it in the glare. These are actually raised. So
you can actually feel it.
You can completely feel
the zone.
The zones. They're actually marked out not just in artwork, but in 3D as well.
You can literally feel the raised edges here. So new printing technique, I guess.
The artwork on these
punch out.
Is super pretty. It's really beautiful, good quality artwork, just like we saw with Betrayal at Cult.
We've got some walls here too.
The sense of lighting is really cool. I'm going to put a couple of these together just because I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys 1 or 2 concepts that are pretty interesting for this game as an example. And this is this concept of zones, which is that it looks like basically how this game and the maps in this game function is, imagine that basically this entire board map and these zones is basically a bunch of kind of
interlocked platforms.
Exactly. These are kind of like floating platforms.
Matter of fact, there is one zone here, as you can see. There's no zones on this board. Like that's the free falling zone. So it says like 1 zone here, 1 zone there.
Yeah,
you just fall.
So that's kind of creepy.
So levels matter.
Exactly. So you know, like these little black spaces here, this is like abyss of nowhere. But you'll notice that when you take a look at the at this thing, there is this thing called the assault range.
Yes.
And this is also your jump range. So during the movement phase, as you're playing from mission to mission, so as an example, you know, guys have to, you know, you could start here and then move here and then move here and then move here. But if somebody wanted to, you can take a risk and you can actually like
jump
here, and you can jump. So you can take these little short hops
or over this gap here, for instance,
over some of those areas. So you can kind of take short, and some of the mission boards are set up to where there's a lot of these weird little space gaps there. So it's really a neat system.
Yeah, and as we covered in the rules section, there are 9 different missions. Each one has its own unique board to go over and all that fun stuff. So unique deck, unique board, unique objectives for each mission. So lots of playtime. I mean, it's designed for two players, so you can play back and forth however you want to set it up. So some of these boards are longer, some of them are square. So like you said, we covered all that, but the components of this game overall.
Look at that right there.
Overall, really impressed with what they've done with this board.
Absolutely.
So very cool stuff.
Yep, it's typical Games Workshop. It is
high quality,
really high quality, high production value.
Yeah,
beautiful artwork. You know, the level of fit and finish, just top notch.
Yeah, a really cool game, really great starter game because most of these stats, I mean, hit to wound. Come on.
I mean, it's pretty much, it's kind of like, if you're someone who's played 40K before, you're going to be like, oh, I get what's going on. But if you haven't, it's the perfect, like, really simplified version of it that anyone who plays this game is going to be able to move up to 40K in just super easy.
Super easy. So great intro game, great introductory product, I think. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this final unboxing, final showcase of the Deathwatch Overkill components. So go check out all the other videos. We've got all the Deathwatch Marines, we've got the Gene Stealer Cult models, we've got the rulebook kind of overview, we've got our intro video, of course, of everything in the box, and then this final video. So this has been an entire series about the Deathwatch Overkill board game. So thanks again for watching. I'm AdamHarry from BoLS Souls.
And I'm Big Red, and we'll catch you guys later.
Have a good one.